Gary, I don't know if you remember, but I met you with our mutual dear friend Jerry Blavitt, the Geeter with the Heater, about a decade ago.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's gone, my friend. He's gone.
Man, did you go back with Jerry like all the way back to Bandstand? Like, how did you meet Jerry?
Oh yeah, man. We met. God, I can't even remember. Yeah, it was back during my beginning.
Yeah.
You know, he was a little kid.
Yeah.
Back in the day, we used to
You
stop in. He had one story he used to tell all the time. Where we got in big trouble. We were coming back from some gig we did with we used to do theaters, the outdoor theaters,
uh-huh.
and we do them on top of the booth where they had the cameras and everything. Remember? I don't know. Well, you're too young for that, but I don't know if you remember that. But anyway, coming home, we used to go by these fields. They had fields back then, but long before they built houses. So, and we used to stop and ride horses. We'd stop the car, we get out and cross the field and go in and jump on the horse bareback
Mm-hmm.
and ride them around until one day one of the guys caught us and was shooting at us. He thought we were trying to steal his horses.
Oh my
This is in
God.
Jersey. This is in Jersey. This wasn't even down south anywhere, man.
Well,
You know.
South Jersey is like it's like Alabama almost.
Yeah, South Jersey and I guess North Philadelphia, North Pennsylvania. You know,
Yeah.
and man, we had the guy was going to kill us. He was going to
Oh
kill us
shit.
after this. And we had to get off the horses, and then we had to run back to the car. They called us, and we had to apologize and explain to him what the whole deal was. He let us go, obviously, and here we are
Here you are to tell the tale. Wow.
to tell the tale. Yeah, man, but that was a trip back there. Yeah, me and
Well,
Gator, me and Gator, man, we were like real juveniles.
well, listen, like I am such a fan of your music. Um, I got so many of your records. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see that?
Oh yeah, yeah, quarter three.
Yeah, man. I've got
Yeah,
that. This record is 65 years old, man.
yeah, I know, I know, man. Stop
And
reminding me.
I gotta tell you, like your early records, uh, they're so fresh. Like I listen to them now, it sound like they could have been made yesterday. They just jump out of the speakers. And I'm so interested about how you recorded these songs in Norfolk, Virginia with Frank Guida. Like this is like very rudimentary recording. Okay. This is
Oh
before
yeah.
people didn't have 64 tracks and computers and whatever. How
No,
did
not.
you record these songs? Are you all in one room? Are you singing with the band? How did you do it?
Yeah, well, we had a makeshift studio. I call it a makeshift studio in the beginning, especially with quarter to three. And it was like actually the wall. It was a building, with a big room, and the walls were. We used what do you call them? The perforated things, coughing. I forgot what you call those things.
Yeah.
Cardboard.
Yeah.
And we put that on the wall. That was our soundproofing. You know, it was like really weird. But it worked. And we had an old board that he bought from somebody. I don't know where the hell he got that thing from, but it had to be 20 years old when we got it then, and that's what we used. And then we got Joe Royster was a guy that worked at I think it was Hoffheimer's or one of those shoe places, in
Mhm.
Norfolk, across the street from the record store that he had, and we made him the engineer. I think the only reason because he knew how to turn it on. I don't. I guess that was why he became the engineer. but he was a writer, and he played guitar, and he sold shoes. So all
Yeah.
right, you're the engineer. You're it. It's sort of like Trump organizing his cabinet.
Yeah.
So
Pick the best people, right?
yeah,
Go get a shoe salesman to run your session for you. Yeah.
of course, who wouldn't? Yeah. So
And it always sounds like it always on your records, Quarter to Three, New Orleans, 7 Day Weekend, all these songs, it always sounds like there's three of you. Like your voice has this very distinctive delay that no other records had in that era. How did you get that sound?
well, we'd overdub. I'd overdub my voice.
Two times,
Like
three times?
I'd sing it exactly like I sang it one or two times before. And that was it. I was capable. When I was young, my mind worked better. I was capable of remembering what I did 2 minutes ago.
Oh man. Like that was revolutionary though at that time. At most people, were doing it Frank Sinatra style, that you sing it with the group and that's it. But all of a sudden,
Yeah. Oh. But
it's
what
amazing.
happened? We were doing it, and when we were first recorded, because like you said, we did it all together, and I
Mhm.
sang in the bathroom. You know that was the sound booth, and the rest of the guys were in the other room. The band,
Yeah.
and but my vocal never came out strong in the first one, so we just will sing it again on top of that,
Mhm.
and I do that. And go, no, it's not loud enough. Sing it again. Okay. Until we got it to where we could actually kind of hear what I was saying. And then, all right, that's it. So it
What if
wasn't
somebody
anything we hadn't planned on it. That's just the way it worked out.
what if somebody had to use the bathroom?
Well, they could use the bathroom, but just don't mess with the liquor bottle that was in
Oh man. Those
there.
those those records, your records sound like a party. I mean, it sounds like there's like a absolute throwdown party going on every time you went in the studio. What was that actually happening? Was there a group of people
Oh
in there
yeah,
like, yeah?
that's and the liquor was in the bathroom. And that's what we did. We come to the party well prepared. We were the beginning of Bring Your Own.
Yeah.
Yeah,
BYO.
that was it.
Man, those songs are like they'll never die. Like they still get played on the radio. They're still classics. And it's kind of like Little Richard songs. Like it still sounds fresh. It still
Yeah,
sounds
and,
amazing.
and speaking of dying, you know who just died, right? It was Daddy G.
Daddy G. I was just about to ask you about Gene Barge, Daddy G.
He just
65
died
years.
about 4 or 5 days ago.
Yeah, tell me about your relationship with him and how you met and the collaboration.
Well, Daddy G well, he worked with a lot of bands, but everybody had a little band back down in Norfolk that we worked like, the different clubs, the men's club and all, just the tiny clubs all around. And I would go down and jam with them, and that's how we met and became really good friends. Even though he was like, I think Daddy G was like 13 years older than me,
Mhm,
he was still, young at heart. He was a school teacher. He taught
mm,
school in Suffolk County, which was like the next county over from Norfolk. But he lived in Norfolk and he hung out with us, and I guess he hung out with mostly the young guys,
mhm,
because he didn't want to be tied down to that whole jazz thing that much. And that was,
mm,
rock and roll had just started coming out then.
mhm.
And so he'd hang out with us, we'd party and stuff. And it always seemed like he was our age, but he really wasn't, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And we just became friends, and we used to hang out at his house, you know. And he was a very, very, very cool guy till the day he died, man.
Mm.
You know, I'm going to miss him a lot because he was really a cool, cool guy. His main saying was "Look alive."
Look
You know,
alive.
how you doing, Gary? Look alive.
Look alive,
Okay.
man. And his saxophone, you hear him play saxophone, you know it's him. You know it's
Oh yeah.
him.
And if
Like,
you check his bio, man, he was on everybody's record from Chuck Willis,
yeah.
Coco Taylor, to Natalie Cole, to Aretha Franklin, to you name it. He was on it, especially in Chicago, you know,
But
which is where he died, in Chicago.
it all started with you in Norfolk, Virginia. You know, Gary, it's Black History Month, and we're celebrating Black History Month on this show. And just want to ask you, uh, you know, starting performing in Virginia at that time as a
Yeah.
black performer, uh, you know, were you playing in black clubs, white clubs? Was it a mixed audience? What was your experience in the very early days of your success?
Yeah, we did a lot of the black clubs. Like I said, we did the Longshoremen's Hall and all those kind of things, the Esquire Club and all that. But for one good thing, man, me and Daddy G, we had a real rapport, even with a lot of the racist white folks down in Virginia Beach, and we could go down there with no problem at all, man. No, I never had a problem down there, and
Hmm.
they would welcome us in. Now the other black folks, I don't know.
Hmm.
But me and Daddy G and a couple other guys, you know, we could go down there and hang, and they welcomed us with open arms, man. And we
Hmm.
played a lot of the clubs down there, and they would actually book us, you
Hmm.
know. And that's when I got to meet the Rondells. That
Hmm.
were there was a big band down there, and I got to work with them a lot. Bill Deal and the Rondells.
Right, Bill Deal. Yeah.
Yeah, and we became, he's no longer with us either. We became really good friends also, man. And yeah, we did a lot. We did a lot of the clubs. We did, you know, the beach clubs down there, they call them, you know.
Hmm. Hmm.
We had a down there, man. We had a blast, you know. It
Hmm.
just got too rough down there, you know, when the police started locking me up for driving. I go, wait a minute, I didn't know there was a rule.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Black while driving. Whoa, man, I didn't know that.
Well, you know, on this show, I like to shed some light on what Black pioneers like you have been through in this industry and the doors that you opened for artists that come up behind you. And one of the very interesting doors that you opened, and I've been dying to ask you this question, Gary. You
Mhm.
wrote, you wrote a smash hit country song. You wrote a
Yeah.
smash hit country song in 1972. I got this
Oh
record,
yeah.
Johnny Paycheck, one of the great country songs, She's All I Got. Tell me about
Yeah.
writing this song, man. I've been waiting to hear about this.
Friend don't take it. She's all I got. Well, I was down in this was in New York. I was living in Brooklyn then, and hanging out with my partner from Norfolk, Swamp Dog. You know,
Swamp
Jerry
Dog.
Williams.
You know, he's been on this show. He's been on this show. I asked him the same question. So I
Yeah.
want your
So I used to go over to his house. I leave my house in Brooklyn and go to his house. He lived over by LaGuardia. And so he had a piano. So I go
Mhm,
over to his house and hang out with me and him and his wife. She's no longer with us. Everybody I
mhm,
talk about is gone now. What's going on? Anyway, and I was just writing song. We did a thing called "To the Other Woman." I'm the other woman. Doris Duke
Mhm.
did it. Uh, she didn't know. She kept on talking. I think that was Dee Dee Warwick did it,
Mm,
and just that batch of songs I wrote that day. And "Friend Don't Take It" was one too.
mm,
Um, and it wasn't every song that I've ever written. I still do it right now. Is a country song
mm,
because that's how I grew up. I love country music, and I used to listen. I didn't tell my black friends that I was listening to the country station. I do that when they weren't around, but I listened to WRAP, and which is R&B, which is Jack
mm,
Holmes station,
mhm,
and I listened to the country station all day long, every day. And I love country music because it had a message. Every
mhm.
song had a message. Of course, it was about trucks and dying and stuff like that, but it was cool. You know?
Yeah.
And I lost her, but she never was mine anyway. All them kind of songs.
Mhm.
And I just sat down and started writing it. So we did this song for trying to think of his name. Who did we put it out as R&B first?
Okay.
Um, I
This
forgot
is
the name of the guy.
before Johnny Paycheck. Before.
Before Johnny Paycheck.
Okay.
Johnny Paycheck picked it up from that record, the
Mm,
R&B record, and made it country. But in all honesty, it was a country record anyway in the beginning,
mm.
you know, and that's how he got it. But
Wow.
and the other funny thing about that was Johnny Paycheck didn't know we were black
Mhm.
until I went down to Texas, and he was working down there, and I went backstage and I told the guy, I said, I'd like to speak with Mr. Paycheck, please. And he went, oh, he said, what about? I said, just, you don't know, just tell him my name, you know. And they, oh, yeah, Gary U.S. boss, come on in. But when I walked in, he saw I was black. It was his face like, and he actually told me, he goes, I didn't know you were black. Well, yeah, that's what they told me. I, I don't know, but here I am. And he was in shock. We
Mhm.
wound up being friends
Oh, good.
later on. Yeah, while I was down there, and we got to know each other. And in fact, we went out a couple of times down there to a couple of clubs. He took me with
Wow.
him, you know,
He
and
seemed
we
like a
had a
real
blast.
he seemed like a real character.
Oh, Johnny Paycheck?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was. He was.
Yeah.
He was a real down home boy. He is real. I
Well,
mean, he was country all the way.
here it is, you and Swamp Dogg, two, rock and roll, rhythm and blues pioneers writing the song of the year, the country song of the year. And it's just another example, Gary, of how you are a pioneer. I hope you know that. Um, I want to ask you, how do you keep your energy going? Because I've seen you live recently, and it's like you're 22 years old on stage. It's still a party, and you still got it. After 65 years on stage, how do you keep it going?
I think it's mostly alcohol, but no, I mean,
Uh,
we have a fun. I mean, look, if you're gonna be out here doing this, and this is what I do for fun. This also happens to be my livelihood, you
mhm.
know. But I'm gonna have fun, Just because I'm working doesn't mean I can't have fun doing it.
Yeah,
I mean, I could understand if somebody's got a job working in the field or working in a mine or working in a factory that you're not going to have fun doing it. But you pick the job. I pick mine. I like mine. I'm going to
yeah,
have fun doing it. You know.
man. That's great. And you got some dates coming up. I'm excited about March 22nd. You're in New York City at Iridium. a fantastic club. Your April 4th.
Yeah, we do that. We do that once or twice every year. You know, I kind of like it's a little club, but
Mhm.
it's a fun club. It's a fun club for me. And now that BB King's is gone, you know,
Yeah.
and I used to love going to BB King's, which is a much larger place, but that's no longer with us. But the Iridium was always my backup. You
Hmm.
know, they I think I don't know how much the Iridium holds, probably around maybe 100, 200, something like that.
Yeah,
As opposed to,
I saw Les
as
Paul
opposed
there. Yeah.
yeah, he started in that thing when it was at the other location.
Hmm.
But that's when I first saw the Iridium too, man. I went down to see him. He was fantastic.
Oh, amazing.
Now that was
You
a guy. He must have been what 80 years old. He looked like
yeah,
he was 22, having
like you,
fun. You know.
like
Yeah, I
you.
guess so, man. It was fun to him. He enjoyed every bit of it, you know, and I enjoyed
Well,
watching him.
I enjoy watching you. And you got some shows in New Jersey, April 4th in Wayne, New Jersey at the Shea Center, April 5th at the Strand in Lakewood, New Jersey.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
speaking of New Jersey, you've done some incredible, incredible collaborations with our favorite Jersey guys, Bruce Springsteen, Little Steven Van Zandt. And I got to ask you about one of the lesser known songs that you guys did together,
Hmm.
Club Soul City. Club
Yeah.
Soul City is on the line record. Gary, it's my favorite song by you. That is such an amazing song. Your vocals on that song are incredible. Is it Chuck Jackson singing with you on that song?
Chuck Jackson and Benny King.
Stop.
Benny King's on that too, you know. All
Man,
my buddies were on there. You know, 'cause I
man.
told Bruce about it when we were recording it, you know. And we were going to meet that evening down. We were going to have what we call lunch. Actually, we were going to the bar, but we call it lunch.
Yeah. Liquid
And
Lunch.
yeah, I told Bruce, I said, man, I said we got to hurry up and get this thing over. I got to meet the boys down there. Ooh, and they came. Where are they? I said they're right down the street. Oh, call them up and get them over here. Maybe they can sing this thing with us. I went, okay. Sure enough, they came over, you know, and that's how they got on there, you know. And then after that, we went and we had lunch. But
That's a
yeah,
good day.
they were so cool, man. They were my main buddies.
Just three legends, and man, like I think of your music as soul music. Do you think of it as rock and roll, like R&B? What do you call the genre of Gary U.S. Bonds? Like, what do you call it? Is it rock and roll?
I always call everything I do rock and roll.
Uh-huh.
It winds up being rock and roll. But like I say, the songs that I write start out country, but they
Hmm.
wind up rock and roll. For some reason, it all turns into that. All right, get that guitar and put a drum on there.
Hmm. Well, you listen, you did a record called Back in 20, and
Yeah.
man, that was 20 years ago, man. So I got to ask you, because every 20 years, there's this big Gary U.S. Bonds resurgence, and
Yeah.
you put a great record out every 20 years, and it's time, man. So what's happening? You making any records these days?
Yeah, we're doing it now, man. We're doing it. In fact, as soon as I get through here, I got to do it. I put some, me and the girls put some backgrounds on the song we're doing downstairs. I have a studio downstairs, so
Hmm.
we kind of do it. In fact, we did Back in 20 down there too, you
Wow.
know. And we're doing this thing called, what is it? Oh, I Ain't Done Yet. Don't
Oh,
give
I
up
love
on me,
your.
baby. Don't give up on me, baby. I ain't done yet.
Oh man,
So,
I can't wait to hear it.
oh,
I mean,
it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, man.
Man, I am so happy to talk to you. I'm so happy to have you on this show because, man, you're a pioneer. Your music has soul, it's fun, it's energy, it's youthful, it's the best of American music, and I hope you realize how loved you are, how appreciated you are, and what a pioneer that you have been in this industry. And I just hope we get more Gary U.S. Bonds records, more shows. Just keep rocking, man. Keep it going.
Well, I'm gonna do my best, friend. As long as I stay 6 feet over, I'm gonna do my best. Once I go the other way, I'm checking out.
I
Hey,
got you,
look,
man.
I forgot to ask you. Now, do I call you Low Cut or do I call you Connie? How do I
Well,
approach you?
you could call me Connie. Or my real good friends call me Adam, which is my real name. And
Is
so,
it really? See, I didn't know that. I'm
yeah,
glad to hear that now.
yeah.
Well,
Like,
I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you Adam.
oh, because we're friends now, my friend. And
I'm calling you Adam. Because
over
if I
the
call you Connie, then my wife's gonna get jealous.
yeah, tell her I was talking with Adam. Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
Jerry Blavitt introduced me to so many amazing artists, and it's just so fantastic to connect with you again. And I'm excited for your upcoming shows. March 22nd at Iridium, April 4th at Wayne, New Jersey at the Shea Center, April 5th at the Strand in Lakewood, New Jersey. I'm excited to hear this new record. I ain't done yet. Don't give up on me, baby. I ain't done yet. Uh, just keep it going, Gary. I wish you and Lori, the whole family, good health, great music, and just keep rocking, my pal.
I am, my friend. This will be the end of. I don't know why we're doing an album. I don't even think they do albums anymore.
We do
But
albums.
yeah, you can't do that now. I don't know how this thing works anymore. They keep talking about streaming,
Listen,
and I go,
I got all these Gary U.S. Bonds out. Look at this stuff.
wow, look at
And
that.
I need another one. Come on.
Wow. All right, you got it, brother.
I need
And
a new one.
I think Miami's coming out with a couple of my records too. You know what he did? I think he bought the rights to Dedication and On the Line.
Yeah, because dedication and on the line, they're not on streaming at the moment that I could see. And
No, he I think he just bought them and he's gonna release them.
good. We
He's
need
gonna
it.
re-release them
We need it,
so
man.
that
And we
people can. Because everybody keeps telling me, "Say well, we can't buy it." And I go, well, maybe Steven will take care of that for you. I don't know.
Mhm. All right.
He's got all the money. I think he borrowed about 8 million from Bruce or something.
Oh man. Well, I'm looking forward to a new record from you. And just take care of yourself, my pal. Great, great, great talking to you. And I want to thank our mutual friend, Judy Tent, the great, great Judy Tent, the greatest, for setting this up. She is the absolute
Oh
best.
yeah, yeah,
That's my girl.
Judy, but my percussionist.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She
You
comes
got an
every time
attorney.
I'm at a gig around here. She comes and plays tambourine. So
Yeah.
she wants to know if she can get a title as percussionist. Okay, Judy.
All right, Gary. Take care of yourself, my friend. I'll talk to you
Thank
soon.
you, Adam. I appreciate you, man.